Welcome back to Las Vegas. Now, last week we brought you some of the big news from the Consumer Electronics Show here in the city, but that was just too much to fit into one program. So this week we're going to bring you some more.
Now, this place is a tourist hotspot. It attracts travellers from all over the world because it's unique. The architecture is quite something. It's got the sunny skies, and if you want a party, well, there's nowhere like Vegas.
It certainly isn't.
But the way people visit these places may be changing. And Paul Carter has taken a trip into the future.
Las Vegas welcomes over 40 million visitors every year. That's over 110,000 people every single day. And all of those travellers need somewhere to rest their weary heads after experiencing everything this city of excess has to offer.
As well as the home of CES, Las Vegas is the city of hotels. There are more hotel rooms in this city than anywhere else on Earth. So where better for a new property that's powered entirely by AI? And I'm here to check it out.
Autonomous is a new hotel just a few minutes away from the Las Vegas Strip, and its founders claim it's the first true AI-powered hotel in the world. In reality, many hotels are now integrating AI into their operations, but the team behind Autonomous say their hotel has it baked into every aspect of a guest's stay, from the ground up.
For us, AI is not for the sake of AI. It's really using technology to bring back something timeless, which is human connection, right? Ironically, using advanced systems to provide the simplest, most beautiful feeling, which is feeling that somebody truly understands you, right? And that's the power of AI for us.
Once your reservation is made, the hotel will begin gathering as much information about you as it can. It will ask a series of questions about your preferences, and will also scrape the internet and social media sites for information on you, using that data to personalize your stay and build a digital avatar. As with many modern hotels, guests will be able to check in and access their rooms without any human interaction.
So this is the check-in process, and it's all handled through the phone. So I just need to complete it on here and do a little bit of identification verification first, which I'm just filling in now. And from there, I just need to scan my face to prove that it's me. There we go. And we're done. Okay. And I'm in.
The hotel also features what it calls an e-butler system, whereby everything from room service to fresh towels can be delivered to the guest via the room panel or a smartphone without the need to speak to or even see a member of staff.
Now, the idea is that you can have as much or as little human interaction as you want, and all of the services and amenities with the room are controlled by a panel like this. And to test it out, I requested some extra towels for the room, and all being well, we'll see if this works. Oh, I just heard that's unlocked. Here are my nice clean towels.
Featuring one-bed rooms up to 6-bedroom suites, the hotel has been designed so that it can dynamically adapt the layout, allocating a combination of rooms and suites together depending on the customer's needs.
So this is one single apartment, but for the purposes of this booking, we've also booked the apartment next door, and the system automatically knows that we've got both apartments and unlocks this interconnecting door so I can walk through to the next one.
Of course, many of these features already exist in different hotels, but what the team behind Autonomous say they're trying to do is combine all of these services and more and bring all of the data together to build a complete digital profile. Autonomous say that this data collection will allow them to customize every aspect of a guest stay at a granular level. But will people really be that comfortable with allowing a hotel to know every aspect of their personality?
The guest is in full control of all the data. So first they can opt out of the data from the first second, or they can opt out of the data at any time during the journey. But also you can go back and delete all the data that you want. So we're only a custodian of the data, and the guest is in full control of all that data. The purpose for us is strictly and simply to offer a better stay.
And with so many hotels concentrated in one place, why choose Las Vegas to launch such a concept?
What's a better place to launch a hospitality concept from Las Vegas? You know, the heart and the epicenter of hospitality globally. And especially when you have a layer of tech and you have the CEO of the biggest technology show in the world here in Vegas. So everything comes together. That's the right place for me to go head to head against 200,000 plus rooms with a unique product that we're offering that hotel basically cannot offer. So if we make it in Vegas, which we will, we're going to make it globally. And that's a very powerful proof of concept. And that's why Las Vegas for me is the right and special place to launch it.
Technology has made telemedicine possible, but how about combining a video call with a medic with the tools that might be needed for the actual diagnosis? This is what's known as a clinic in a box, a remote doctor's appointment that can take place anywhere, but the reason you're entering it is because there's also some equipment. This is a demo set up today, but if I was doing it for real, I would be having a live doctor's appointment here in the large video screen.
Hello, and welcome to the OnMed Care Station. You'll notice at the door and window, fog for complete privacy. Let's start a typical consultation by checking your vitals.
There are thermal imaging cameras all around. They'd be taking my temperature. There's a blood pressure monitor here. I'm standing on what are some scales.
From my dashboard, I can control the stethoscope
Oh.
and HD camera that are being deployed from the ceiling right now. Thank you for joining me on this tour of the OnMed Care Station.
Designed for remote areas, or indeed anywhere, to boost access to medics, it also hopes to provide the psychological comfort of a traditional appointment, albeit one that you do need to leave the house for.
You could have one clinician now servicing multiple care stations. This has now been deployed in at least 15 rural communities across parts of the country where folks haven't seen a doctor ever, or someone in the last 30 plus years. So we had to make this incredibly intuitive. This is not a tech-heavy solution.
There appear to be other benefits too. If you are somebody who worries about germs, well, UVC lights and air purification takes place in here in between each patient. But of course, you are going to experience less interaction with other sick people than if you're sitting in a waiting room at the doctor's. This does probably feel a step further towards having an actual doctor's appointment, because you're coming somewhere to a private spot. The doctor is there big and in your face, albeit remotely. And there are these devices that you can use. And I'm sure if I'd done a real test, it would have felt far more interactive. What I can't help but feel, though, is there are some limitations. There are plenty of things you can test for, but what about the things that you can't? You wouldn't be able to do a blood test, give a urine sample, or a doctor prod you to see if something hurt.
Anything that's associated with fluids, we've been very deliberate. We're not bringing it into the care station. In the communities we're servicing, we are seeing a 90% plus ability to service them inside of the care station without an outbound referral.
Vision tests could be getting quicker and more portable too. iBot's booth only takes 90 seconds to do the job. OK, I'm looking aside to read the letters. Nose. N-O-S-E. Feels like a game. There's also that familiar balloon that you see in an optician's test. Cameras are measuring my eyes whilst I demonstrate what I can see. It can then come up with a prescription, and if any problems are spotted, they can be flagged.
We have multiple cameras on board, and so these cameras are always looking at your eyes, and so inevitably we find conditions in your eyes. We don't make the claim that we diagnose these conditions, but they come to me as an eye doctor so I can validate them and get you in for a full eye exam.
Like much of the other health tech on the show floor, these ideas aim to help us access the monitoring, diagnosis and care that we need, at a time where in-person appointments may seem harder to come by than ever. But technology might just be able to help fill some of the gaps.